Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network, presented by Full Count Ministry and Rhythm Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Now let's send it to the ballpark for today's matchup.
Welcome to Hopkinsville, Kentucky, where the Full Count Rhythm will take on the Hoptown Hoppers here on the campus of Hopkinsville High School. A change from last year. They swap every other year, going from Christian County High School to Hopkinsville High School. Up until about 15 minutes ago, I wasn't sure we were going to have a broadcast. Once again, Wi-Fi issues. But a man named Mark Salmons to the rescue here, as he was part of the broadcast team last year. And he is here at the ball game, and I told him I was definitely going to give him a attaboy on the broadcast today. And it is a hot one, folks. 95 degrees. Feels like 102. We are set down in a little bit of a bowl, so not a ton of breeze here at the field. We are scheduled to start at 6:30. It is 6:22 on my watch. So thank you for joining the broadcast tonight. A road game today, road game tomorrow in Bowling Green against the Franklin Duelers, and then back home for 3 games in home games in 4 days. Of course, the Full Count Rhythm coming off a 9-1 victory against Muhlenberg County last night. And that made 3 in a row, and the Rhythm moved to 15-8 on the season. Still in second place, but by 1 game, as the Franklin Duelers sit in that number 1 spot at 15-6. And they have, in hockey, they would call that 2 games in hand, as they have played 2 less games than the Rhythm have. But we will have a head-to-head matchup with the Duelers tomorrow night. But first things first, the Rhythm and the Hoppers have played twice this year, once at Hendersonville. And that was a game that was won by the Rhythm. And then, if you recall, we played the Hoppers in Bowling Green at Hot Rod Stadium last Saturday. Lost a heartbreaker, giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning after taking that 3-run lead on the opposite field 3-run homer by Tyler Franks. Tonight, the Hoppers sit in 4th place, 10-13, having lost their last game. So we will be set to play. We got the umpires coming out. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with the Chick-fil-A Rivergate starting lineups. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Welcome back to the Full Count Broadcast Network. Now it's time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineup.
Tim Reese back at Hopkinsville High School. Here are the Chick-fil-A Rivergate starting lineups. First for the Full Count Rhythm, leading off playing third base, Levi Perel. Batting second, playing right field, Henry Jackson. The DH tonight, batting third, Tyler Franks. Henry Mosley batting cleanup, playing center field. The catcher tonight, Jackson Cothran, will bat fifth. Harrison Travis playing first base. In the sixth hole, Cooper Holbrook in left field batting seventh. Ty Boyd over at second base. And he will bat eighth. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Hudson Mims. On the mound for the Rhythm, Cade Granzow from Brentwood High School. He's a rising sophomore, 6'3", 230-pound right-hander from Franklin, Tennessee. And as of 2 days ago, he is in the transfer portal after spending 1 year at Auburn University. Now the starting lineup for the Hoptown Hoppers. The leading team by batting average in the Ohio Valley League. Leadoff batter Ren Tachioka playing right field, batting second, playing shortstop, Joshua Rodriguez. Third hitter and is playing left field, Luis Vergara. And the designated hitter, Fred Fernandez, will bat cleanup. Batting fifth, playing second base, Drew Donaldson. Playing third base and batting sixth, Jacob Dupes. Ronald Brown playing first base, batting seventh. Behind the plate, the 8-hole hitter, Anthony Smith, and batting ninth, center fielder Sean Sullivan. And on the mound, 6'7", 200-pound right-hander, David Ernst from Wilmington College, hometown of Dayton, Ohio. That is the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Cade Granzow will be on for his third appearance. He has 2 starts, 8 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 6, struck out 8, has a 1.13 ERA. David Ernst on for his second start in his 7th appearance. He has no record. He has 1 save on the year. Thrown 10 2/3 innings, given up 21 hits, 15 runs, 14 of which were earned. Walked 4, struck out 8. And he has an 11.8 ERA. Again, full count in the second place in the South Division. Hoptown 2 spots back. They are 6 games behind. And the Rhythm 1 game behind. The Hoppers have a 10-13 record. As I said, the Rhythm won game 1 at home, 6-1, and lost that heartbreaker, the first of 2 games where the Rhythm gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. That was last Saturday. Lost 6-5 to Hoptown. 3 umpires out here today for the ball game against Hoptown. Jacob Dupes is his name. I just heard it called, so I will pronounce it the way they pronounce it. Good to have you all along. If you're new to the broadcast, if you're checking us out on YouTube, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're looking to reach 200 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. Last I checked, we were right around the 160 mark. So it is National Anthem time, so we will take a commercial break. We'll be right back after this short break. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It is time to play ball.
Moore here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Game number 24 for the Rhythm.
First pitch.
And game number 24 for Hoptown. The road record for the Rhythm, they are 6-5 on the road. The Hoppers are 5-6 here at Hopkinsville, as we have a little cutie pie throwing out the first pitch to the bat boy for the Hoppers, Nixon. And high five goes from the little girl to the bat boy. She is a doll. So some of you know how this works. Most of you probably do. Many loyal listeners. If you want to check in on the broadcast, go ahead and do that in the chat on YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. And as often as I can look down, I'll give you a shout out. As Linda Westbury is watching, says, "Go Rhythm." Now, if I don't know who you're rooting for, then I might have to guess. So if you want to tell me in the chat as to who it is, what brings you to the Rhythm broadcast tonight. If you have the same last name as somebody out here, like a Culpepper or a Miller, now that might be a little confusing. If I don't know if you're not the parent, then since we have 2 Culpeppers and 2 Millers. But Cooper Holbrook's grandma is watching from, is that Chapin, Lake Murray, South Carolina. Welcome to the broadcast. Love all the nanas and papaws and papas and Mimi's. Grand Nora. Haven't given her a shout out in a while. I'm sure she's glued to the set. She may be watching us on the big screen out on the porch. Although I know it's hot down there in Mississippi. But we had a few nice days here in southern Kentucky or western Kentucky and middle Tennessee, but today is not one of them. We are about set to go. David Ernst getting his warm-up tosses in. His only his second start of the year. I'm not sure where they are in their rotation or not, but the Rhythm are about, I think, 5 deep after our first starting pitcher who came in, but there'll be some changes probably in the next couple weeks as we are set to play baseball here at Hopkinsville High School, the 2022 home of the Hoptown Hoppers. First pitch is called a ball, and we are underway. Levi Perel leading off for the Rhythm, as he has over the last several games. 2 balls, no strikes. Levi from Catawba College, hometown of Lexington, North Carolina. Playing third base today, played short yesterday. He hits a line drive right off the top of the glove of Joshua Rodriguez. He will get on first base, and I'll have to open up Game Changer to see how that's ruled. I would expect that would be a base hit. But we will see. Robin Benjamin checking in. Billy Ida, Blake Ida's grandmother. Robin Benjamin is the mother of Jackson Benjamin, and stepping in to the box, Henry Jackson. First pitch in there for called strike. Check of Perel, who had 3 stolen bases in yesterday's contest. He was 1 for 5 with a run scored. Levi staying in the home of Andrew Robertson. Andrew and Autumn. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson. That ball hit by Perel was ruled an error on Rodriguez. There goes Perel, and there's a line drive in the left field, so the hit and run works. Perel is heading on to third base, and he will be tagged out. The play that was happening right in front of him. So that is a base running error right there, as the Rhythm could have had runners at first and second with nobody out, but Levi thought he could get there, but Luis Vergara threw him out. So 1 on, 1 out. Tyler Frank stepping to the plate. First pitch, a ball. Two balls, no strikes to Tyler Franks from Kennesaw State University. Frank's a left-handed power hitter. Looks at ball 3 from Ernst, 6'7", 200 pounds. Tyler Franks from Dublin, Georgia. 3-0 pitch, ball 4. That puts runners at first and second. Henry Mosley stepping to the plate.
Henry Mosley.
So runners now at first and second with 1 out. Mosley sees the first pitch. Looks like a changeup inside. Levi's Meemaw watching from Lexington. He hit a rope. Kind of surprised they did not call that a base hit, but Rodriguez definitely could have had it. And there's a high fly ball to left field, but it should be playable for Vergara. No tag, and that is out number 2. He hit it high enough. He just didn't hit it far enough. So with 2 outs,
Now batting the catcher,
Jackson Cawthorn will come to the plate.
Cawthorn.
They called him Cawthorn, but we know him as Cawthron. Jackson from Motlow State. Hometown Murfreesboro, went to Siegel High School. Hit a 2-run home run the other day at Louisville, last game he played. Ernst having trouble finding the plate. Sitting at a picnic table here, right behind home plate. High dollar seats here. It has a nice pitch. Cawthorn just missed it. On deck, Harrison Travis. Cawthorn playing in Game 7 with the Rhythm, has 6 hits in the 6 games he's played. He fouls that one off over the Hoptown dugout.
Remind everybody, please bring those foul balls to the merchandise.
Down goes 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the.
Get you a free Hugger beer job
We're showing the
baseball.
bottom of the first, but that is incorrect. We're in the top of the first. I think we're accurately reflected on the scoreboard with that, but I will put runners there. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cawthorn. 2s are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. You're in the top of the first inning. There's a ground ball to second. Drew Donaldson up with it over to Ronald Brown to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 error, 2 runners left on base. Going to the bottom of first, 0-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Heading to the bottom of the first inning here at Hopkinsville. No score as the Rhythm threatened in the top of the first. Had a runner on and then a single in the left field, but Levi Perel was thrown out at third base, trying to move up on the single to left field. A walk to Tyler Franks, but a fly out and a ground out ended the inning. Cade Granzow on the mound for his third appearance for the Full Count Rhythm. Young man has made a big decision in his life, apparently. I haven't talked to him about it, but I just happened to be tooling around on that old World Wide Web and found a local news article that indicated that Cade had put his name into the transfer portal from Auburn University. So he is looking to find his new place and has pitched well for the Rhythm here so far. No, he thought he had a win the other night in the game up in Du Bois County. But Du Bois County did to the Rhythm exactly what Hoptown did at Hot Rod Stadium, and that was score 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat for the Hoptown Hoppers. And leading off, Ren Tachioka. First pitch to Tachioka in there for a called strike. One of the top hitters for the Hoppers. And he hits a ground ball that just slides through into right field for a leadoff single. Just past the diving outstretch glove of Ty Boyd.
Now batting number 7, the shortstop, Joshua Rodriguez.
From one top hitter on to another top hitter. Joshua Rodriguez from Ranger College, hometown of Spring, Texas. And there's a fly ball in the first pitch out between second and right field. Looks like Henry Jackson will come in to make the play for out number 1. Henry Jackson taking charge out there on that medium depth pop-up.
Now batting the left fielder, number 16, Luis Vergara.
Luis Vergara stepping to the plate. The left fielder showed off a good arm. He swings at the first pitch he sees and hits it out to center field. Henry Mosley makes the grab, gets it back into the infield quickly. So 2 pitches, 2 outs for Cade Granzow after a leadoff single by Tachioka.
Now batting the DH, number 14, Fred Fernandez.
Cleanup hitter Fred Fernandez stepping to the plate. Fernandez from Olney Central College. Tachioka stays put. First pitch called, strike one. That had some run in on it. Tachioka again stays put, and the pitch looks like it's about in the same spot, but this one called ball one. Fernandez hitting .288 on the season. This is his 20th game. He hits a two-hopper to second base, and Ty Boyd will flip to Hudson Mims for the force out to retire the side. No runs, one hit, no errors, one runner left on base. We got zeros on the board after one. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Rees back at Hopkinsville High School, where the Rhythm taking on the Hoptown Hoppers here tonight. The third game of 7 between these two teams in the South Division. Leading off for the Rhythm, Harrison Travis playing first base tonight. Harrison Travis from Carson Newman, hometown Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, in his second year with the Full Count Rhythm.
Mr. Harrison Travis.
He's called Mr. Harrison Travis here. The hospitality here, very nice. First pitch to Harrison, called strike. David Ernst on the mound. Second pitch is popped up. Second baseman will move over behind first base, and Donaldson makes the grab for an easy out there. Harrison looked like he was just out in front of that pitch. Cooper Holbrook stepping into the plate with one out. Holbrook played 2 nights ago against Louisville. First pitch goes high. Cooper Holbrook, an incoming freshman to Vanderbilt University. Hometown of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, just outside of Charleston. He pops the next pitch up, out of play. They have a merchandise tent here, and it probably is actually a tent. Not like our pavilion that we have at Drakes Creek Park that has a metal roof. Breaking pitch misses high, 2 balls and a strike. To the 6'3", 190-pound outfielder, son of Chad and Jennifer Holbrook, who I understand will be at the family gathering at Drakes Creek Park this weekend. Let me know if you all are going to come in. I think the Holbrooks are coming in. I believe was it the Perels I heard that were coming in from last night? Another pitch misses high, ball 4. Cooper Holbrook will take the free pass, the second one given out by David Ernst, down to first base, and that will bring to the plate the infielder from Lincoln Memorial University, Ty Boyd.
Now batting, number 8.
Ty Boyd from Alcoa, Tennessee. Ernst came in with only 4 walks in his 10 innings, and fastball rides in on Boyd, and he fouls it straight back.
Again, please return all foul balls to the merchandise tent in exchange for a Huggard, Beard and Giles logo Hopper baseball.
Ty Boyd, 6 foot, 195-pound junior, son of Josh and Jama Boyd. Throw over in the dirt, at least blocked by Ronald Brown there at first base. Boyd got in 13 games at LMU this year. Had a double, 4 walks, 3 stolen bases. Holbrook stays put. There's a ground ball in the hole. Rodriguez will go in the hole, and they will not be able to turn the double play. But Holbrook is erased on a nice play by Rodriguez as he gloved that and in one motion jumped and turned, throwing while he's in the air over to Donaldson for out number 2. Very close play at first base, too, so nice turn by Donaldson. 2 outs now here in the top of the second inning. Pitch to Hudson Mims. Called strike 1. Hudson Mims also from Kennesaw State. There are 4 Rhythm players who either played at Kennesaw State last year or will be going there this coming year. 2 infielders, Hudson Mims and Tyler Franks, who are in the ball game today, and then 2 pitchers who have started in the last couple of games, Spencer Wilkins and Blake Ida. Fastball high. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs here in the second inning. Rhythm have been able to get runners on base. Just haven't been able to push them over to third or home. There's a foul ball off the screen. The Boyds will be there. All right. Well, make sure I'll be there, so make sure, Jamie, to come by and introduce yourself to me. Quattrochis are watching from Hickson, Tennessee. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a swing and a miss by Mims, and down go the Rhythm. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. Going to the bottom of the second, you're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
This is home. So is this. And this. But home isn't just the stunning views or the rugged beauty. It's what you make of it. It's a place for joy and peace. A safe haven where memories are made. It's all of these things. Home is a feeling, and it's created by the people around you. This region is home, and we're so proud to be a part of it.
Back for the bottom of the second inning. No score. Cade Granzow trying to keep it that way through 2 innings as he is back on the mound. He will face 5, 6, and 7 of the Hoppers lineup. All right, so I got the Perels and the Boyds and the Benjamins. And the Holbrooks. Looking Looking forward to meeting all you. I'm writing it down in my scorebook this time. Aunt Caroline watching from Columbia, South Carolina. Good to have you. First pitch in there, nice fastball at the knees to Drew Donaldson, second baseman for the Hoppers. 5'10", 175-pound COVID junior from the University of Indianapolis. Breaking pitch picked out of the dirt by Cawthorn. Donaldson from Galloway, Ohio. Formerly played at Lake Erie College, and that pitch nearly clipped him on the shoulder. That, again, that fastball's got some arm side run, which means to a right-handed hitter, it's going to get in on you if it's on the inside of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike on Donaldson. There's a fastball right on that inside corner. It's almost like that one did not have the run, so it stayed right on that corner. I think Donaldson was expecting that one to come in off the plate, but the count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter. Now we've gone full. We have a MBK Electric full count. Not sure what the M stands for, but the BK stands for Brandon Kleiser, I would guess. Electrician, residential, commercial, and remodel. Go to mbkelectric@yahoo.com. Swing and a miss for the first out of the second inning. First strikeout for Granzow.
Jacob Dukes.
And we have a no on our full count first pitch foul ball of the day. Lowest percentage of the year, just under 40%. I'd be losing money if I was betting. That came fouled off of the inside of the home plate umpire's left leg, and he wore it like a hockey player. Breaking pitch on the inside corner, called strike 2 to Jacob Dupes, third baseman for the Hoppers. 6'4", 225 junior from Hanover College. Nice pitch on an 0-2 pitch. Blocked. Just in case Dupes was going to take a hack at that, Cawthorn had to keep that ball in front. Anytime you have 2 strikes, nobody on first, you got to block it. And that ball gets the umpire again. So Dupes is not endearing himself to home plate umpire. He has now hit him twice. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the Jewels checking in from Jefferson, Georgia. I will tell Bryson, home plate umpire, looking at his mask to see if there's any damage to it. Brings in the base umpire. Only one I know is Billy Smith, the white-haired umpire. He has umpired at the Rhythm before, so he looks like he'd be the crew chief. Gives a pat on the back to the young man behind the plate. A very, very tough job. Not only are half the fans mad at you all the time on any given pitch, but if you're behind the plate, you're just like a catcher. You're going to take a beating sometimes. So 1 ball, 2 strike pitch in the dirt. So I guess Bryson Jewell doesn't want to join me on the broadcast today. I set up another headset just in case. There's a line drive foul down the right field line. Sorry for the lack of vision down the lines. The way I have to set this camera up, it's right behind home plate, and I just don't have the field of vision with this Canon camera. And that pitch rides up and in and clips Jacob Dupes. With 1 out, Dupes will go down to first base on the hit by pitch.
Now batting the first baseman.
A lot of run today on Granzow's fastball. Of course, the last time up at Du Bois County, I was a good piece away from the action. Ronald Brown steps to the plate and apparently checks his swing suitably enough that Jackson Cothran does not ask for a check down at first base. So the 1-0 fastball on the outside corner, beautiful pitch. Ronald Brown is a man out there, 6'4", 250 from the University of the Incarnate Word, and he hits a ground ball foul down the third baseline. A recent add to the Hoptown roster. He's from Houston, Texas. Brown playing in his 13th game, and there's a curveball swung on and fouled off to the right side. That one, I don't know what that, it's a lot of trees. You see trees out there in the outfield. Well, over on the right side, there's a good bunch of trees. The high school is off to the left, pretty good distance away from the high school. 1-2 is swung on, and it will go foul and out of play. Henry Jackson will give it a look, but we'll turn around at the white line down there and return to his position. 1 out, 1 on, 1-2 count to the 7-hole hitter, first baseman Ronald Brown. He hits a ground ball too short. That could be 2. Perel over to Boyd. Hudson Mims to Boyd, on over to Harrison Travis for a 6-4-3. Just what the doctor ordered. And that will retire the side here in the bottom of the second. No score. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Celebrate spring at Slim Chickens with the grilled chicken strawberry salad. Fresh greens piled with feta cheese, crisp cucumbers, candied pecans, and 100% all-natural grilled tenders, topped with red, ripe strawberries. The grilled chicken strawberry salad. But hurry, it's only back for a limited time. Need a sweet spring treat? Upgrade your drink with any adult meal to a hand-spun strawberry milkshake. Slim Chickens. Dine in, drive-through, online, or delivery.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese and Hopkinsville, Kentucky. We're moving to the top of the third inning. Where the top of the order for the Rhythm will come to the plate here against David Ernst on for his third inning of work. Thank you for joining us on a hot and muggy Thursday night, the last day of June, June 30th. Not the halfway point of the year, actually. I think that's around the 3rd of July, actually, but it is time to turn the calendar tomorrow. That means I have to erase the chalkboard calendar I have in my kitchen, my favorite wall in my entire house, where my wife and I keep up with each other as to where we're going to be. And obviously in June and July, I have a fairly busy schedule going to every Rhythm game. Levi Perel hits a worm burner to shortstop this time, and Joshua Rodriguez will pick it and throw Levi Perel out for the first out here in the top of the third inning.
15, Henry Jackson.
So this weekend we have Family Weekend. They're calling it, that's exactly what they're calling it, Family Weekend at Drakes Creek Park. Breaking pitch to Henry Jackson. Gets right over the middle of the plate. Let's see, family tailgate before the game on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Pitch, another breaking pitch in there. Sunday's game is a 4 o'clock start because the city of Hendersonville will be having their fireworks show that evening. And there is a 0-2 pitch, another breaking pitch hit into right center field by Henry Jackson, now 2 for 2 on the evening. Henry Jackson getting hot. He's got a base hit into left field and a base hit into right field. The only 2 hits so far for the Rhythm that will bring Tyler Franks to the plate. He walked in the first inning. So the Travises will be there, William and Amy. First pitch to Franks. Tyler Franks outside. He is yet to see a strike. I believe he walked on 4 straight from Ernst as Jackson leads off at first base. A modest lead, I would say. Stays put. There's a swing and a relatively deep fly ball to left field. Luis Vergara will go back in the sun and make the grab for out number 2. So 2 outs. Henry Mosley stepping to the plate with Henry Jackson on at first base. Henry Jackson, of course, all last week was playing international baseball down in Nicaragua. He was listening to a higher calling as he went on Christian mission down there and said it's a life-changing experience. Mosley sees the first pitch low and outside. Jackson 1 for 2 on stolen bases this year, I would expect. There's a chance that he might be taking off. And that's that bad if it goes long enough. Anthony Smith tried to bring that one back, but umpire having none of that. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes. So let me know if you're coming into family weekend, and I'll definitely be looking for you. 2-0, there goes no, he stops. Count goes 3 balls, no strikes. Henry Jackson had a bluff, hard 2 or 3 steps, then stopped. Mosley 3-0 pitch, probably have the green light here. And he will take a high strike on the outside corner. Not a pitch he wants to take a hack at on 3 balls and no strikes. 2 home runs on the season, 17 RBIs, which leads the team for Henry Mosley. Another pitch down low, ball 4. Runners now at first and second, 3rd walk of the ball game by Ernst. As I said earlier, he only walked 4 in his 10 2/3, but I don't believe he has gone this long in a game. Not if you get 6 appearances in 10 innings. Let me see if I can check. They might be having a little bit of an issue with pitchers as well, as Luis Vergara must have found a baseball from batting practice out there in the outfield, and he retrieved it and threw it in. Okay, so in his only start, Ernst went 5 innings against the Franklin Duelers. First pitch to Jackson Cothran misses low. So prior to his last start, he'd gone 2 innings, 2/3, 2 1/3, 1/3 and 1/3. So in his only start, he went 5 innings, gave up 12 hits. And that is a fly ball lifted out to left field. Luis Vergara will get under it and make the grab for out number 3. Rhythm do not score, do get 1 more hit, leave 2 runners on base. You're going to the bottom of the 3rd. This is the Full Count Broadcast Network.
I've been nursing 36 years, and I love my job.
We believe in caring for everyone. And that's what makes our work a purpose.
What I love here at Ascension is the sense of community and being.
I look out for them, they look out for me, and we look out for our patients.
I have too many blessings to count. I think that's what happens when you find your calling.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
All right, so far for family weekend, I have the Perels, the Boyds, the Benjamins, the Holbrooks, and the Travises. Anybody else coming in for the family weekend this coming weekend? Even if you're local and you're listening, you can say you'll be there for the family tailgate. Love to have a list.
The catcher, Anthony Smith.
Cade Granzow back on the mound. Face 8-9-1. He's given up a leadoff single, and then other than a hit by a pitch, nothing else. As Anthony Smith, the catcher, fouls the first pitch off at the plate. Anthony Smith from Franklin College, hometown Greenwood, Indiana. And he goes to check, and he does check as they asked first base umpire Billy Smith if he went. He said no. A little bit fooled on that sharp breaking pitch, but it was far enough outside that he wasn't really tempted. Fastball down in the dirt. So far, I guess I've seen a fastball and a breaking pitch. I'm not sure if he throwing change up, but that's rearing back right there and throwing it. Just missed off the inside corner. Anthony Smith playing in his 14th game. The .424 batting average, has 14 hits and 33 at-bats. 1 double, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs as the Hoppers lead the OVL in batting average. Swing and a miss brings us to an MBK Electric full count. Brandon Kleiser was down with Henry Jackson last week. The owner of MBK Electric, he was in Nicaragua as well, and he's a veteran, been down there several times. There it is, our first full count. First pitch foul ball by Anthony Smith here to lead off the bottom of the third inning. It is good to finally be in the shade here. Left fielder looks like the only player who's in some sun, and he sneaks in. Cooper Holbrook does. There's a base hit in the left field. Smith just wanted Holbrook to get into the shade, was concerned about his well-being apparently. Second hit of the ball game for the Hoppers.
Sean Sullivan.
Number 9 hitter Sean Sullivan, the center fielder. And this is another very tall young man, 6'4" it says, 210. A balk was called. Apparently Granzow did not come set. No pitch. And the Howards coming up from Pike Road, Alabama. And Robin Ryan Wheeler will be there, our host home family. Culpeper Wire, or I guess first pitch just a little bit outside the zone. I may be pronouncing that wrong. Is it Wire or Weir? W-Y-R-E. All right. Add y'all to the list. Foul ball that will get into the Hoppers dugout. Looks like nobody's hurt. Sullivan receive a 1-1 pitch on the outside corner called strike 2. Very nice pitch. Hoping on a lot of folks to come in for the 4th weekend. 1-2 pitch to Sullivan. In the dirt, and that will get under the wickets for a wild pitch. That pitch just had a little bit, just didn't get far enough. If it had been a little closer to Cawthron, pretty sure he would have been able to get it. He was thinking that thing was going to hop up a little bit more. That's why he hopped up and actually went through the 5-hole. So a runner to third base for the first time for either team, and the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch grounded to third. Throw home, and Perel's throw is right on the money. And I guess I could put him over to the third. There he is at third base. Now he's gone from third base, and runner at first with 1 out. So the fielder's choice by Sullivan has Anthony Smith erased at home plate for the first out. Brings up the top of the order, Ren Tachioka. He singled to lead off the ball game. Five foot 8, 165-pound junior. Pitch on the outside corner, must have whispered to it. I might not have been real happy if I was at the plate on that call. 2 balls now, 1 strike. Tachioka singled just past the diving Ty Boyd as he went to his left. Ball snuck into right field. Another balk called on Granzow. Apparently just trying to get a little bit started too fast. I'll put him over on the second base this time. I apologize, folks. Now the 2-ball, 1-strike count. Squares to bunt. And a foul ball called. I didn't hear it actually hit the bat, but 2 balls, 2 strikes. One out, man at second base. Sean Sullivan. They are pitching Ren Tachioka away. And now with bases, or with man at second and the base open, being very careful. So we are at an MBK Electric full count. Brandon Kleiser does residential, commercial, and remodel. Go to MBK Electric at yahoo.com. Full count is lifted out to left field. It might be hanging up, and it will hang up enough for Cooper Holbrook to make the grab for out number 2.
Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Joshua Rodriguez.
So Joshua Rodriguez, that's kind of an unusual approach to home plate as he came all the way behind home plate and then walked in a straight line toward the pitcher up to the batter's box. I don't think I've noticed that before from him, but I will be looking now. 2 outs. Pop up right here. It will get over, and a fan makes a play. That's the closest the ball's come to me so far in my broadcast career, I would say, while I've been outside and not covered. I was never in any danger, though, folks. The 1 count Rodriguez. Curveball in the dirt. Blocked by Cothran, and Sullivan will stay at second base. Rodriguez flew out to right field on the very first pitch he saw in the first inning. Hitting .389 on the season, 35 hits. Another foul ball, a little farther away from the fans. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rodriguez playing in his 22nd game, so he sat out 1 game this year. Rodriguez went 1 for 5 in that game up in Hot Rod Stadium, had 2 RBIs, and actually had the walk-off single in the bottom of the 9th inning that drove in 2 runs and ended the contest. Granzow is definitely staying set this time and delivers a fastball outside. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. To the 5'8", 175-pound sophomore. 2-2 breaking pitch misses low and outside. 2 outs and an MBK Electric full count. Thank you, Brandon Kleiser, and your lovely wife, Dawn, for your contribution and supporting Full Count Rhythm as well as Full Count Ministries. He's been I believe he went on one of those early backpacking trips, probably maybe even before Full Count was even there. Swung on and grounded to second base. Boyd up with it. Over to Harrison Travis for out number 3 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner left on base. No score. We're 1/3 of the way done here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
I've been nursing 36 years, and I love my job.
We believe in caring for everyone. And that's what makes our work a purpose.
What I love here at Ascension is the sense of community and being.
I look out for them, they look out for me, and we look out for our patients.
I have too many blessings to count. I think that's what happens when you find your calling.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Back for the top of the 4th inning. No score here at Hopkinsville High School. For the Rhythm leading off the top of the 4th, Harrison Travis, followed by Cooper Holbrook, Ty Boyd. Time for the Rhythm to get some runs. They have 2 hits. Each team has 2 hits. The Rhythm have been walked 3 times, once an inning by David Ernst.
Services and AKS Flooring and Design Center, the city of Hopkinsville, Huggard Beard and Giles Funeral Home, Hopkinsville YMCA.
Vicky Maloney checking in on the broadcast as always. She is a loyal listener and watcher.
Number 12, first baseman, Harrison Travis.
Last year, Hoptown Hoppers and the Rhythm played 6 times. The Rhythm got the best of the Hoppers 5 out of 6 times. Harrison Travis swings at the first pitch and pops it up over toward the third base dugout, and it will just get out of play. Into the crowd.
Sure, but please return all foul balls for the merchandise tent in exchange for the Huggard Beard and Giles Hopper logo baseball.
Harrison Travis playing in his 20th game, hitting .263, 20 hits, 5 doubles, 14 RBIs. He's looking for his first long ball of the year. Looks at a slow breaking pitch that misses inside. Harrison, as I said, back for his second year with the Rhythm. One of the popular players, another fastball called a strike. It was even farther inside, I believe, than the breaking pitch that he called earlier. Breaking pitch misses low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harrison Travis. Hoppers usually have pretty good number of fans. There's a ground ball. That will get into left field for a base hit. And the Rhythm have the leadoff batter on base.
Now batting the left fielder, number 24.
Cooper Holbrook, who walked in the second inning but was erased on a fielder's choice, stepped to the plate. Harrison Travis, 1 for 1 on stolen bases. I don't expect him to be taken off here at all. Holbrook looks at the first pitch outside. Holbrook playing in his 20th game. Has 13 hits, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run, 9 RBIs. Swings and misses that low fastball. We have 3 incoming freshmen, I think. Cooper Holbrook going to Vanderbilt. Hayden Miller going to the College of Charleston. And Will Pryor going to Belmont. Right-handed pitchers. Holbrook looks at the pitch that whispered at the outside corner. Definitely not calling the 17-inch plate here in the Ohio Valley League. Holbrook did a good job staying in there on that breaking pitch. Seeing the spin on that. Earlier in the season, he was pulling out on that pitch, but he's seen enough of those inside curveballs now to know that if it stays inside and it hits you, it's not going to hurt too bad. And it might curve over the plate just like that one did, and a swing and a miss. First out of the 3rd inning for the Rhythm. That is the second strikeout by Ernst. Ty Boyd stepping to the plate. He hit into that fielder's choice that Cooper Holbrook was erased. It's a nice play by Joshua Rodriguez in the hole. So 1 out. Called strike on the outside corner. Ty Boyd looking back at the home plate umpire, asking. Chris Williard, what in the Sam Hill are you doing coming up? You can't scare a broadcaster while he's broadcasting. Good night. Bringing me cold water? Well, what are you doing up here? You just happen, don't tell me you're working in the area. I've had. You're what? Oh, okay. So you just came to take it all in as a breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ty Boyd. Was that you yelling back there in the back about where was that pitch? I wouldn't have thought on a pitch I saw earlier on a called strike that a Hoppers fan would have been asking where that pitch was, but there's another one that has been called a strike, but not that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ty Boyd, playing second base today. Rhythm looking for a ball in the gap here. Might need a triple to get Harrison Travis home. Fastball misses outside. And we have a Williard's name is in this book. Well, since you're standing right here, what is it called? Hendersonville Firefighters and FOP. Full count. That's you, isn't it? Yes, sir. There you go. You and old Ryan Miller. And there laced a base hit. Look at you. Good luck you are, Williard. You're right there. And a base hit by Ty Boyd. Puts runners at first and second base. You're going to have to sit here the whole game.
Now batting the shortstop.
First and second. All right, thank you for the water, buddy. Appreciate it. Good seeing you. Just don't scare me the next time. One out. Hudson Mims stepping to the plate. 2 hits in the inning. First inning of the contest that any team has strung together 2 hits. Mims struck out in the second inning. And there's a ground ball. It could be 2. Rodriguez has that ball hop over his glove. Harrison Travis will come in to score on the error by Rodriguez. Second error of the ball game by the shortstop. And that will plate the first run
Now batting number 2, Levi Perel.
for the Rhythm as they take a 1-0 lead on the, as of now, unearned run. First error on Rodriguez is kind of a tough one. His line drive that tipped off the top of his glove into left field. Ernst doesn't like that baseball and doesn't want to feel it again. He throws it over to the dugout. So Harrison Travis scored on what could have been a 6-4-3 double play, but instead a ball hopped over the glove of Rodriguez. Levi Perel looks at the first pitch. A little bit high, ball 1. Perel 0 for 2. He hit that line drive that Rodriguez thought he was going to grab for the first play of the game. Thought he had it, but next thing you know, he looks in his glove and it's not there, and timeout is called as head coach Gary Vaught will come out of the third base dugout for a Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram mound visit. We'll go out and talk to his tall right-hander who's gone 2 balls, no strikes to Levi Perel, the infielder from Catawba.
Get those stubs out. Ticket number 04908.
Hometown Lexington, North Carolina, a business major, the son of Andy or Andrew, it shows in the where I got the information, and Gabi Perel, but I believe I've seen him on check in on the broadcast as Andy, but it might be Mr. Perel to me. Frankie Delgado has checked in, rooting for the Rhythm. Michael Brandon, as Brandon Kleiser has joined the show. Welcome to the broadcast, MBK. 2-0 pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Levi Perel trying to drive in Ty Boyd out at second base. Boyd at second. Hudson Mims on at first. Pitch misses outside. Count goes 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck, the hot-hitting Henry Jackson. (3-1) fouled off. We'll have a Michael Brandon Kleiser electric full count. Look at you listening in. Baseball guy now, are you, Brandon? Wonder how many hits did you get when you were down there in Nicaragua? Surely you put the bat in your hand. And the pitch is down low for ball 4. That will load the bases for the Rhythm. 4th walk by David Ernst. Not seeing the bullpen. It's got to be just past the dugout. But a big hit right here by Henry Jackson, and this game could get out of hand for the Hoppers as corners are in. Pitch to Jackson misses outside. Henry Jackson hitting .309 coming in, and that average has gone up with a 2-for-2 day. So he now has 19 hits, 3 doubles and a triple, looking for his first big fly. He hits a ball that should score a run out to right center field. Sean Sullivan come over to make the grab, and on from third base comes Ty Boyd for the second run on a sacrifice fly.
Now batting the DH, number 4, Tyler Franks.
2 outs. RBI fly out by Henry Jackson. Sean Sullivan caught that ball and then did a pirouette through to third base. Hudson Mims looked like he didn't even come off the base at all. So runners now at first and second with 2 outs, 2 runs in. Tyler Franks to the plate. And he looks at a pitch right down the can. I think he wishes he'd have that one back. Tyler Franks, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. 15 hits, 5 doubles, and 4 home runs. So 9 of those 15 are extra base hits. Count goes with 1 ball, 1 strike. So Brandon got a couple hits, couple walks, several ground outs. Man, you got plunked. It hit you right in the wallet. Not a boy, way to get in there and mix it up. That pitch misses Franks' leg. Ball 2. Harrison Travis led off the inning with a single. After a strikeout, Ty Boyd singled to left, and then a ground ball that hopped over shortstop's glove into left field. Scored a run. There's a hard ground ball down to the Rhythm dugout. Who was it? Levi? No, that's Harrison Travis, who was running away as fast as he could from the front of the fence there. I don't know that the ball could get through the fence, but he was running away like a scared little girl. Nobody else was. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Fastball on the inside corner, delayed call, but strike 3. And that will end the inning. 3rd strikeout for Ernst, but the Rhythm score 2 runs on 2 hits. A very costly error. 2 runners left on base. Score after 3.5. 2-0 Rhythm. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Edge Appraisal Services is who you should depend on to provide high-quality appraisals on all types of residential properties in Sumner County and surrounding counties. Contact them today at 615-554-3435 or check them out on the web at edgeappraisalservices.com. Mention you heard us on Full Count Rhythm Broadcast and receive 10% off your next appraisal. That's Edge Appraisal Services, proud supporter of the Full Count Rhythm.
Since 1980, Hemp Hill Brothers Coach Company has been rolling strong in the coach rental industry right here in our own backyard of Tennessee. At Hemp Hill Brothers, we bring a personal and customized approach to every project we work on. This is why our clients love riding with us and why they trust us to get them to wherever they need to be. Plus, at Hemp Hill Brothers, all coach rentals include a driver for your trip. Hemp Hill Brothers are proud to provide transportation for the Full Count Rhythm all season long. And listen for the Hemp Hill Brothers call to the bullpen this season. If you're interested in more info, find us on the web at hemphillbrothers.com or give us a call at 615-876-9000. That number again is 615-876-9000.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Luis Vergara will step to the plate, the 3-hole hitter, to face Cade Granzow, who now has a 2-0 lead. Breaking pitch misses inside. Vergara lined out to center fielder Henry Mosley for the 2nd out in the 1st inning. Vergara hitting .316, and he looks started to go. The pitch was called a strike. Vergara from the University of Indianapolis, hometown in Cartagena, Colombia. That would be in Central America, folks. And there is a ground ball that Perel lays out and throws onto first base to retire Luis Vergara. Nice play. That ball was headed into left field. Perel dove to his left and gloved it, got up and threw to Harrison Travis at first base for the first out. Nice play by Perel. Plays a slick short and a slick third base. I think he's even played a little bit of second base. First pitch to Fred Fernandez, the DH. Breaking pitch gets in on the inside corner, says the home plate umpire. There's a fastball that gloved by Granzow. He will run halfway over to first. And then underhand to Harrison Travis for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Cade Granzow here in the bottom of the 4th. Don't know if there's an innings or a pitch restriction any longer on Granzow now that he's in the transfer portal. Sure, as he told me last time in Du Bois County, he said, I'm just going to go till I don't feel good anymore. So looks like a strong young man now, feels like of 102. Take a good chunk out of anybody. While you're listening, you could also follow the game on Game Changer as that breaking pitch gets in there for called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Drew Donaldson, second baseman for the Hoppers. Also from the University of Indianapolis, but he is from this country. He's from Galloway, Ohio. Count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. Donaldson struck out, leading off the second inning. There's a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Hudson Mims gloves, throws low and in the dirt. That will get by Travis. Backing up the play is Jackson Cothran. But the ball will go into the Rhythm dugout. And Donaldson will get down to second base on the 2-base throwing error on Hudson Mims.
Now batting the third baseman, number 22, Jacob Dukes.
Mims gloved it and was throwing on the run, just short-armed it a little bit. So the 3 errors, 2 by the Hoppers and 1 by the Rhythm, all by the shortstop. Breaking pitch does not come around to Jacob Dupes, who's probably tired of seeing pitches on the inside corner. He was hit on, I believe it was a 2-2 pitch on his front left arm or shoulder. There's a fastball inside that he fouls off to the right side.
Please return all foul balls to the merchandise tent in exchange for a Huggard Beard and Giles.
Dupes, hometown in Louisville, Kentucky. Came in hitting .283. 13 hits in his 17 games, 5 doubles, 2 home runs, and he hits a ground ball foul down the left field line. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Hoppers' third baseman. Dupes in his 50-plus at-bats on the year, maybe 60, struck out 10 times coming into today's game. Breaking pitch into dirt, blocked by Cothran. Getting a little bit dark here. I would think they'd be turning the lights on here soon. If you were with us the other day in Louisville, it seemed like it took them forever before they turned the lights on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A big, huge lead at second base. There's a line drive, heads up in the Rhythm dugout. Reed Glover through batting practice, the interim general manager down there in the dugout. Josh Carman checking to make sure everybody's okay, and looks like nobody was clipped. That was a smash. And the 2-2 pitch, low and outside. Brings us to a full count. This full count brought to you by Tabor Dental. Jason Tabor, the head dentist over there at Tabor Dental and Associates, smiles that rock. There he is. It is 3-2, a full count, foul ball. 2 for 5 on the day, right at the year average, 40%. Full count Rhythm has the best fielding percentage in the Ohio Valley League at .973, the fewest errors. A runner goes, and that pitch is right down the middle, just maybe a little on the corner, but hard to take that pitch for when there's a full count. So strike 3 looking. That is only the second strikeout of the game for Granzow, but third out in the 4th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. 2-0, full count. You listen to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tim Reese back at Hopkinsville. As you see, third base coach, pitching coach Ross Spurgeon heading down to the third base coach's box as Carlos Lara mans the first base coaching box. Carlos Lara was a player in the dugout last year and has since graduated. I believe he got his master's degree down there at Catawba after 4 years at Palm Beach Atlantic State University. And he is back for his second summer with the Full Count Rhythm. Leading off for the Rhythm, Henry Mosley in the 5th inning. Breaking pitch called strike 1. Mosley 0 for 1 with a walk. David Ernst back on the mound after giving up 2 runs in the 4th. Another curveball. Mosley swings and pops up down the left field line. Looks like it will just get out of play. Jacob Dupes hustling down to the fence down there to see if maybe he could make that play. So that's 2 straight breaking pitches inside. Let's see if Ernst does what he did to Henry Jackson 3 in a row, and he does. There's a ground ball up the middle. Should be playable for Rodriguez, and it is. He makes the play over to Brown for the first out. Got a nice Sunday hop on Thursday.
Now batting the catcher, number 13.
Jackson Cothran will step to the plate, left-handed hitting catcher for the Rhythm. When young Frankie Delgado went down with his hand, wrist, thumb injury, young man from Carson Newman, Josh Carman had to reach out and find another catcher as Cothran looks at a breaking pitch outside, and he ended up signing Jackson Cothran from Motlow State, a young man he knew from his high school days at Siegel High School. Josh Carman was the head coach at Beach High School at the time and knew that he was a player, so he reached out, and Jackson Cothran was available. Another breaking pitch misses outside. And that one misses. We're at 3 balls and 1 strike to Jackson Cothran with 1 out. So the boys of Mazante are listening in down there as they have just finished dinner, I would assume. And this full count will be brought to you by the third week ministry team headed up by John Smithson, Brandon Jaggers, Tyler Sills down there, and a swing and a miss on a high fastball to Jackson Cothran. And that is out number 2. Tell Alex Montiel and Heidel Rubio and Wilmer Lopez that these names up here are a lot easier to pronounce than all those names over there up on Las Mesas when I was doing the fake broadcasting up on the mountain. Breaking pitch to Travis, gets in there for a called strike. Harrison Travis singled and scored in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. So Jared Vedito down there, Jonas Smithson, Logan Harrell. Who else is down there? Micah Smithson. Just going by memory, fellas. It's fading fast. Travis now looking at a 2-1 pitch from David Ernst. That ball has popped up in the infield. It should be playable. It probably will get foul, and Ronald Brown will make the grab for out number 3. And that will be all she wrote for the Rhythm in the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 2-0 Rhythm still lead. Going to the bottom of the 5th, you're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Looking to purchase a home or possibly refinance your home's mortgage? Then you need to talk to Kevin Long of the Long Team with CMG Financial. Give him a call at 615-496-8400. That number again is 615-496-8400. Or check them out on the web at kevinlong.net. Proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm. NMLS number 195255.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Commodores are checking in, so they'll be at the family weekend. It'll be good to see them. And hello to Grand Nora down in Starkville, Mississippi. And also hello to Heather Robertson, Drew Robertson's mother, watching in, I don't know, Hendersonville, Goodlettsville. Not sure where you live, Heather, but I know it's in the Sumner County area. Bottom of the 5th we go. Cade Granzow. First pitch to Ronald Brown. Swinging strike. So number 5 pitching in the 5th inning. Another breaking pitch on the inside corner. Called strike 2. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 families that I know of that'll be there. Hello to Colton Gore, the young son of Larry and Mary. That ball's fouled down the third base line. Met Mary Gore down at over at Myers' front porch. I call it a sandwich shop, restaurant, I guess. The boys are talking about the brisket biscuit. Might have to try that. Fastball right down the can, and Brown cannot catch up. So he goes down swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Granzow here in the 5th inning.
Number 24, Anthony Smith.
Granzow giving up 2 hits, has hit 1 batter. One reached on an error. Anthony Smith got one of those hits, and he is stepping up now, batting 8th in the lineup and hitting over 440 now. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes to the Hoppers catcher. From Franklin College. I don't know where Franklin College is. Probably Franklin, Kentucky. Breaking pitch gets on that inside corner. Or maybe Franklin, Indiana. That would make more sense. I think I did maybe see something. Fastball fouled at the plate. That'll be off of Smith's body as if he needed more bruises. You get enough of them when you're behind the plate. That's why you have all that equipment on. So he will take a little stroll, get back in the box, and the count. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch, lifted foul that will get out of play. Harrison Travis goes over the fence and turns around and comes back. Sean Sills checking in. The Sills will be there. All right. On Saturday, but Tyler won't be getting back, I guess, until Sunday from Nicaragua. It'll be good to see Sean and Alan Sills. They're back for their 2nd year. Fastball line down, and if that's fair, it's trouble, and it will get down fair. Hop to the corner. Throw by Henry Jackson in second base is just not in time, as Anthony Smith just continues to hit for the Hoppers. He sliced that one down that right field line for a stand-up double. He is now 2 for 2.
Now batting number 27, Sean Sullivan.
So a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Fastball broken, bat will go too short. Mims throw on the run. On the play, Smith will move up to third base. Nice base running by Anthony Smith, and a nice play by Hudson Mims. That was the play that he threw away the last time, but took a little bit of extra time on that one. Got a good throw off, and the Hoppers move to the top of the lineup with 2 outs and a runner at third base. Tachioka is 1 for 2. He singled to start the game. Breaking pitch misses down low. You can't be too careful to Tachioka because on deck is Joshua Rodriguez. 2 batters hitting in the upper 300s. Fastball inside and maybe just a tick high to Tachioka, who stands at 5'8", which may be a little generous. He attends the University of Southern Indiana, a transfer from Indian Hills Community College, and he is from Japan. Last year, the Rhythm had a player from Japan, and he tried to check his swing, but home plate umpire says, no, you did not. I might not have been real happy with that if I was the batter myself. I thought he held up, but what do I know? I'm sitting behind him. 2 balls, 1 strike. Breaking pitch. Missed outside. Count goes 3-1. One pitch misses low and inside. Tachioka will take a walk. And we'll put runners at first and third.
Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Joshua Rodriguez.
See who we're going to pick for our runners at the corner. How about edge appraisal? I mean, the runners are on the edges, right? Edge appraisal, owned by Travis Smith, longtime supporter of Full Count Ministries. Fastball is swung on and fouled down the third base line by Rodriguez. First walk of the ball game for Granzow. here in the 5th inning. He is coming set long, and that ball goes way over the head, but it comes right back to Cothran. So Ren Tachioka will move down to second on the wild pitch, but Smith down at third. Smart decision to stay put. And that puts runners at second and third. So that edge appraisal, runners on the corners, did not last long, but you can contact Edge Appraisals at edgeappraisals@gmail.com or foul ball straight back. You get that wild pitch in there, 1 ball, 2 strikes. www.edgeappraisalservices.com. Travis Smith's name's not even on this full-page ad in the Full Count Rhythm program, but I know he owns it, and he's really good buddies with one of our Full Count sponsors tonight, Jason Tabor. I don't know if they still have their Nashville Predators season tickets together, but back when I was working down there during the hockey games, I would see Dr. Jason Tabor and Travis Smith on a regular basis. That pitch fouled off to the right side. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Home plate umpire now out of baseballs. So he grabs one, throws it out to Granzow, and then puts the rest of them in his mask, and then now into his bag. Or bags. He has 2, 1 on each side. Rodriguez from Spring, Texas. Looks a lot like Tony Kemp from the right side. Vanderbilt University, as that pitch is on the outside corner. Granzow started to walk off, and I wasn't sure he was going to get that call, but he did. Strike 3, 4th strikeout of the ball game for Granzow as he strands the 2 at second and third. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. So after 5 complete, the Rhythm lead 2-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back at Hopkinsville High School. Well, we are through 5 innings, heading to the top of the 6th. According to Game Changer, which I have learned apparently is not always accurate, David Ernst back on the mound has 87 pitches after 5 innings. Cade Granzow, 88 pitches. I guess the bullpen is in the field of play. Obviously foul territory down the right field line, but I don't, just past the Rhythm dugout, I don't see anybody warming up, but could be just out of my view. Harrison Travis stepping in. I'm sorry, Cooper Holbrook. And he sees the first pitch on the outside corner, curveball. It called a strike, and he had a big smile, and there's going to be another one right there. They're going to keep throwing curveballs to Cooper Holbrook until I guess he proves that he can hit them. 0-2 pitch, another breaking pitch outside. Holbrook 0 for 1, walking a strikeout, and now 2 strikeouts on a high fastball.
And it's a Holiday Burger hopper strikeout, courtesy of Holiday Burger.
5th strikeout for Ernst, who is
Batting number 8.
gotten an out in the 6th inning, now his longest stint of the year. And he will face Ty Boyd, who's 1 for 2, singled, and now fouled that pitch off of the catcher's mask. There's a net over the top of the net that's going up from the backstop, but there's some holes up there. I'm just waiting for that ball to fall down on my head. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike to the Rhythm second baseman. Boyd singled and scored in the 4th inning. Driven in by Henry Jackson, who hit a fly ball out to center field while Boyd was on third base. That was the 2nd run of the inning. Harrison Travis had scored earlier on a fielding error by shortstop Joshua Rodriguez. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, curveball, fouled off to the right side. Again, also, I see that the Jewels will be in town, Jeff and Avalon. So it'll be good to meet you all. I met a few of the families at the meet and greet at Framework Athletics. That pitch misses high. Ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mark Wilkins, I remember meeting. I met Amy Travis again. Another fastball. Oh, that's called strike 3, but maybe too close to take with 2 strikes, but that pitch has definitely been called a ball. So this zone of the umpire is evolving, ever-changing. And Hudson Mims steps to the plate with 2 outs. Infielder from Kennesaw State, hometown of Macon, Georgia. 0 for 2. Struck out and reached on an error. And he swings and pops it up out to right field. Looks like Ren Tachioka will come in and make the grab for the 3rd out of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Rhythm still lead 2-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Celebrate spring at Slim Chickens with the grilled chicken strawberry salad. Fresh greens piled with feta cheese, crisp cucumbers, candied pecans, and 100% all-natural grilled tenders. Topped with red, ripe strawberries. The grilled chicken strawberry salad. But hurry, it's only back for a limited time. Need a sweet spring treat? Upgrade your drink with any adult meal to a hand-spun strawberry milkshake. Slim Chickens. Dine in, drive-through, online, or delivery.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing needs. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
We have a Hemphill Brothers call to the bullpen for the Full Count Rhythm. Left-hander Drew Robertson on as he throws a ball back to me. Knows that I'm talking about him, the son of Andrew Robertson and Heather Robertson. Beach High School to Freed Hardman to Catawba College in Salisbury, North Carolina, on for his 4th start of the year, has no record. 3 innings, pitched 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and a 3.0 ERA. Cade Granzow, a fantastic outing of 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. He is in line for the win, but the Rhythm have to increase the lead or hold the lead.
Bottom of the 6th for the Hoppers. Left fielder, number 16.
Robertson will face 3, 4, and 5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The grandson of Nana from Naperville, Peg Gould in Naperville, Illinois. Drew Robertson also back for his 2nd year with the Full Count Rhythm. First pitch in there, fastball right down the can. No balls and 1 strike to Vergara, who's 0 for 2, lined out to center field, grounded out on a nice play by Levi Perel over at third base. Fastball in the inside corner, fouled off to the right side. Robertson quickly ahead, 0-2 on the left fielder, Vergara. The Bugs are out in force tonight here, at least behind home plate. That's a changeup right there. Looked like a fastball, but Vergara was way out in front. 1 batter, 1 strikeout for Robertson.
Now batting the DH.
Fred Fernandez stepping to the plate. Fernandez 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. 4 pitches, 4 strikes for Drew Robertson, the roommate of Levi Perel. Last year he was the roommate of Carlos Lara. That pitch gets in the dirt and not tempting to Fernandez. Fastball swung on and missed. Robertson dealing so far. Fernandez has 17 hits, 4 doubles, and a home run, 13 RBIs. And he gets plunked on a breaking pitch. The first breaking pitch that Robertson throws. And it just came in just a little bit too much. Very sharp break, but this didn't start it out far enough. So the second hit batter of the ball game for the Hoppers. Drew Donaldson will step to the plate. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error. A ground ball to shortstop Hudson Mims, but was stranded at second base. Fastball right at the knees for called strike 1. Fernandez not a threat on the base paths to be stealing. He has no attempts on the year. It's a very short lead. Another fastball in a spot I don't know what you're looking for when the count goes 0-1. That was at all of the plate. Another change up in the dirt, blocked by Cothran. He tried to go fastball change. That got Luis Vergara, but was just a little bit too low, not tempting enough for Donaldson. That fastball right down the can. He looked at 3 fastballs that I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know if he's looking for a curveball or not, but second strikeout. First one that is looking for Robertson, so he has 2 outs with the 1 runner on. Jacob Dupes coming to the plate, who is 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch. Fastball misses outside. If you've been with us all year, you know that this young man played for Team Reese, my team in a fall league for the Full Count Ministries, and could do it all. Pitched, led off. He didn't hit home runs necessarily. It's Wood Bat League in the fall for high schoolers, so that sign-ups are going on right now for full count fall leg. Fastball in the outside corner, 2 dupes, called strike 1. And he was part of a, a championship. Not sure which year, but Todd Neal doesn't want to hear this. Travis Smith doesn't want to hear it. But he's a fall league champion. And all those coaches are rooting for all those full count fall league players who are continuing their baseball career in college. That ball's in the dirt for ball 4. So 2 strikeouts in the inning, but a hit batter and a walk have put runners now at first and second. Ronald Brown, who can hit a ball a long way, but before Brown steps into the box, out of the dugout comes pitching coach Ross Spurgeon, and we will have a Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram mound visit. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the title sponsor for Full Count Rhythm and is a fantastic partner. We couldn't do this this baseball team without Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. CDJR, I think, is their website. Here we go. They're on the, I knew they were in a prime location. Right on the back. Hometown dealer, home run deals. Feel the rhythm, love the ride. Rhythm, CDJR.com. They're right there at the top of the hill in Madison. Ronald Brown hits a curveball that nearly picks off third base coach. I think, I'm not sure if that's Gary Vaught or somebody else. He is standing. The third base coach is actually standing right by the third base dugout. I don't think that's the head coach. Ronald Brown 0 for 2, grounded into a double play and struck out to lead off or start the 5th inning, and looks at a fastball just missed inside. Brown has 3 home runs in his short stint, 14 RBIs. Since joining the Hoppers, he has runners at first and second, and he swings, fouls a ball that will get out of play over to my right. So actual stadium seats to the right and left of home plate, and then metal bleachers straight behind. I'm sitting at a wooden picnic table. There's 2 of them on either side of the wall right behind the netting. I'm looking right at Drew Robertson, who strikes out the side with a high fastball. Great pitch as he shows some emotion with 2 runners on. Comes in and does the job for the Rhythm. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. We're 2/3 of the way through. The Rhythm lead 2-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Going to the top of the 7th inning, we have a Hemphill Brothers call to the bullpen for the Hoppers. Number 9, Chase Harlan, right-hander from Kentucky Wesleyan College, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore from Williamsburg, Kentucky. On the mound in a 2-0 game. He will face the top of the order for the Rhythm. As the lights are on and taking full effect here at Hopkinsville High School. The Hoppers move year to year from Christian County High School to Hopkinsville High School. I guess just to give people on either side of the city to have a closer travel to the ball game. Levi Perel swings at the first pitch from Harlan. Breaking pitch in there for called strike. Big nice hump on that one. That's ball. That's 3 pitches and a strikeout for Harlan. Perel now 0 for 3 with a walk. Brings to the plate Henry Jackson, 2 for 2 on the night. Has an RBI on a sacrifice fly.
Henry Jackson.
First pitch of Jackson misses. Swung on and out to right field, and Ren Tachioka will make the grab. A running catch in the right center field for out number 2. Well hit ball, but Tachioka got a good break on it and robbed Henry Jackson. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Chase Harlan on for his 6th appearance, all in relief. Thrown 11 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, 6 walks, 16 strikeouts, a 6.94 ERA. Misses with the first pitch to Tyler Franks. Batting from the left side, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. Swung on and fouled off to the left side.
Please return all foul balls to the merchandise table.
Every foul ball is followed by the announcement and asking for all those foul balls to be returned to the merchandise tent. That's a lot of announcements. Count goes 2 balls, 1 strike to tonight's designated hitter, Tyler Franks, and he swings, rips a ball down the line. That will get down and one hop the fence. Tachioka will get to it quickly. Franks, for some reason, just keeps going, and the throw eludes shortstop Joshua Rodriguez. Ren Tachioka had a great throw from the corner as that ball got out on the fence quickly. Tyler Franks, in my opinion, ill-advised to go to second base, but he got lucky and is standing on second base. I don't think they could rule an error on that, but somebody would say that Rodriguez probably should have caught that ball. But so with 2 outs and now a runner on at second base, brings up Henry Mosley. Fastball down low. We'll see how they rule that. It's at least a single and an error on Rodriguez, or a double is how I would score that. Not sure if Game Changers working or not. It's showing the bottom of the 5th, so nothing's happened in the 6th inning as that ball is fouled off to the right. I'd have to go out and come back in, maybe see what happened, make sure my internet's working on my iPad. Looks like it is. So maybe there's an issue with Game Changer. Breaking pitch is checked, but they checked down to first base, say that Mosley went, and I don't disagree. As the count goes, 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Trevecca Nazarene University outfielder from Donaldson Christian Academy, a local boy from right there in Hermitage. He originally started his career at Freed Harbin as that ball takes a bad hop at Rodriguez and goes into the outfield. And that will get in run number 3 as Joshua Rodriguez having a tough night here. As there's a ground ball. He took a high hop and he flinched. Went right over his glove. He kind of fields the ball on his glove side. And I'm sure that will be ruled an error. I will put that in my book as an error. But a run comes across for the Rhythm. That brings to the plate Jackson Cawthorn, who fouls off the first pitch he sees. And another announcement for the foul ball. So that's a third error on shortstop Joshua Rodriguez tonight. Joshua Cawthorn holds up on the fastball on the outside. No check by the field umpire is made. So all happening with 2 outs. Not even holding the runner on really at first base. Ronald Brown starts the bag but kind of pulls off. Well, they did call that a strike, or at least that's what's on the scoreboard. I didn't see him call it a strike. Scoreboard says 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'll go with that. Swing, and apparently it was. Foul tip back into the mitt. And that will retire Cawthorn. 2 strikeouts for Chase Harlan. But 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error. And 3-0, the Rhythm lead here after 6.5. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hemphill brothers call to the bullpen as Will Newell coming in from the Rhythm bullpen. 6'8". All 6'8" of him has come out of the bullpen, and he is on in relief of Drew Robertson. Will Newell. I know he's on here. Where in the world is that number? Wow, it did not print on my. There he is. Why is he showing down there? Okay, 3. This is his 4th appearance. First one in relief. He's 0-2 on the season, thrown 10 innings, 15 hits, 18 runs, 14 of them are earned, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. Trying to improve on a 12.6 ERA, young man out of Tallahassee, Florida. And he is heading to Lipscomb for his sophomore year, and a 2-year Rhythm player is Will Newell. He has a 3-run lead to protect here. He will face a pinch hitter, which is kind of odd for pinch hitting for a guy who's 2 for 2 on the night. Number 29, Ryan Tressler from John A. Logan College. First pitch to him is in there for a called strike. And he starts to go on a high fastball, but holds up. Ball one. So Anthony Smith out of the game. Ryan Tressler, 6'2", 210. Not called a strike. I'm not sure where that pitch missed. 2 balls and a strike. Is this really, he's showing as a right-handed pitcher. I wonder if I got the right guy. There's a ground ball to short and takes a little bit of a hop. And Hudson Mims able to pop that ball up into his throwing hand and throw on to first base to retire, who I believe is Tressler for the first out.
27, Sean Sullivan.
Make sure it shows 29, and 29 on their roster is Tressler. So I'm guessing he's not going to go into catch. So there might be another substitution there. So pinch hit in the bottom of the 7th, and that will bring up Sean Sullivan, center fielder for the Hoppers. He will lay down a bunt. That's back to Caleb Marks back here. Oh, Jackson Cothran slides on a knee, but ball just hits the brick portion of the backstop. As they show Cornwell. So maybe somebody else. Maybe they've added to their roster since maybe Tressler's not here anymore. I have to look a little further, a little more deeply on this research here. 29, Connor Cornwell shows the name. All right, let's get 2 strikes up there now as breaking pitch gets across the corner to Sean Sullivan. So Connor Cornwell. Played in 2 games. He is a catcher, so maybe he'll go behind the plate. Will Newell misses with that fastball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out, nobody on. And there's a line drive out to center field. Mosley started in, but it got over his head. That will be in for extra bases as Sullivan is going to try for 3. The relay throw is not in time. The ball gets by the third baseman. Will Newell will retrieve. That will be a hustle triple for Sean Sullivan as that ball was absolutely smacked. The relay throw got into the dirt. Not sure if that was Hudson Mims. It probably was. And I don't know that a good throw would have gotten him anyway, but that's if he's playing center field, he can run pretty good. So Mosley got frozen on a line drive right to him, but it ended up going over his head. Might have been a little bit of backspin that made that ball rise up. So 1 out and the runner at third. Ren Tachioka looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. So a good threat here for the Hoppers with 1 out and a runner at third base. They are pitching outside to Tachioka, the young man from Japan. Newell comes set. Curveball swung on and missed. It's in the dirt, blocked enough by Jackson Cothran to keep it within reach and keep Sullivan at third base. 3-0, the Rhythm lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Foul ball off of Cothran's mitts. You see the netting in front moving. Camera focuses right on that netting in front of it. I don't know how to make it not focus there and focus on either the batter or the pitcher. Fastball misses outside. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes, and on deck, Joshua Rodriguez. Dark behind home plate now. Having to use my little nightlight fastball in the inside corner, called strike 3. Tachioka goes down, and he is not happy about it. First strikeout for Newell, second out as Rodriguez did it again. He walks to the backstop right behind home plate and then walks directly at the pitcher and stops in the batter's box. So not sure what that's about, but he is now in the box. 0 for 3, swings and fouls it over to the Rhythm dugout as Ross Spurgeon will lean over after knocking that one down. Pitch in the dirt. One ball, 1 strike to Rodriguez. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Now has 2 strikes. Eric Alexander. That's right. I forgot that Eric Alexander was down there. Brandon Jaggers, I just saw that text. If he gets up, there's a ground ball. Levi Perel will catch it before it hits the dirt and make the throw to first base for out number 3. And that will retire the side after a 1-out triple. Newell retires the next 2 to preserve the shutout here and shut down the 7th inning. 3-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
This is home. So is this. And this. But home isn't just the stunning views or the rugged beauty. It's what you make of it. It's a place for joy and peace. A safe haven where memories are made. It's all of these things. Home is a feeling, and it's created by the people around you. This region is home, and we're so proud to be a part of it.
We are back for the top of the 8th inning. Leading off for the Rhythm, Harrison Travis. For the 3rd time tonight, he is leading off an inning. And he swings at the first pitch, fouled off to the right side. Should get out of play on the other side of the Rhythm dugout. And no one is harmed by that foul ball. Rhythm scored 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 7th. Chase Harlan back out on the mound. A little breaking pitch misses. High, 1 ball, 1 strike. Harrison Travis, 1 for 3. 2 pop outs and a single, and scored a run. Another high breaking pitch. Last inning, according to the official score, The ball hit by Tyler Franks into the right field corner where he was almost thrown out at second base. It was ruled a double. That pitch almost clipped Harrison Travis as that fastball just kept riding in and riding in. And then Henry Mosley's hard hit ground ball to shortstop that bounced over the glove was ruled a single. So an RBI, and that pitch misses high and in, and Harrison Travis will hustle down to first base with a leadoff walk.
Now batting number 24, left fielder
Cooper Holbrook stepping to the plate. Left fielder for the Rhythm, 0 for 2 with a walk. Looking to get in on the action with a base hit. Fouls the ball straight back to the screen. Glad that didn't hit over here close by my computer. We might have been done with the action. Rhythm looking to add on to their slim 3-0 lead. Breaking pitch misses inside. Have had a struggle with 3-run leads here in the last week or 10 days. Maybe if they push across one more. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Kind of surprised that head coach Josh Carman wouldn't try to sacrifice Harrison Travis over to second base, maybe even pinch run for him with somebody in the dugout. There is strike 3 called. Cooper Holbrook is getting frustrated. 3 strikeouts now on the day for Holbrook. First out of the 8th. Ty Boyd steps to the plate. 1 for 3, singled and scored. Looking to put a ball in a gap somewhere. Swing on a fastball is around letter high. Just got under that one a little bit. Fouled it off to Hudson Mims in the on-deck circle. Don't forget, coming up on Tuesday, July 5th, First Responders Night up at Drakes Creek as Boyd swings and misses on a breaking pitch. Another jersey auction. 40 jerseys will be auctioned off, and the proceeds will go to Tunnel to Towers Foundation in honor of Master Patrol Officer Spencer Bristol of the Hendersonville Police Department, who died in the line of duty. Swing and a miss. 2 straight strikeouts by Chase Harlan after giving up a leadoff walk. 4 strikeouts for Harlan now. So with 2 outs, Hudson Mims steps to the plate.
Now batting number 1, the shortstop.
All EMS, fire, and police getting free that night. We will be playing the same Hoptown Hoppers as that fastball apparently clipped the strike zone somewhere just next to Hudson Mims' jersey. There's a fastball outside for ball 1. Pitch has been called a strike numerous occasions tonight. A wide zone, breaking pitch, ball 2. Mims 0 for 3. Reached on an error on a play similar to the ball hit by Henry Mosley that was ruled a single. There's a fastball on the outside corner that Mosley could not catch up with. Count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the Rhythm shortstop, Harrison Travis stays close. Chase Harlan thought he had strike 3, but he will have to do a pirouette and head back up to the mound. We will have a Tabor Dental full count. Full count is swung on and fouled off. First time a full count Rhythm player has fouled a pitch off, but every single foul ball has been followed with an announcement of returning all foul balls to the Merch tent. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Connor Cornwell, who did go into the catcher position after pinch hitting for Anthony Smith, and that is strikeout number 3, and that will end the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hemphill Brothers call to the bullpen as Jack Thompson out of the Full Count Rhythm bullpen. 6 foot, 180-pound junior from Reston, Virginia. Attends Virginia Military Institute, the son of Gene and Maureen Thompson. And he is on for his 8th appearance, which leads the Rhythm. He's just broken the tie with Carson Plumidor, who came in yesterday's game, along with Will Pryor, who had has 7 appearances. So Jack Thompson on for his 8th, a 1-1 record, 11 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 8 walks, 14 strikeouts, has a .80 ERA, and he will face 3, 4, and 5 of the Hoppers lineup here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So if you haven't chimed in on the chat, let us know that you'll be here for the family weekend, as you're seeing some fireworks go off in center field. I've got the Perels, the Boyds, the Benjamins, the Holbrooks, Travises, as the first ball is grounded too short. Hudson Mims makes a nice play on a hop that he probably wasn't expecting, but quick glove work there. 1 pitch, 1 out for Jack Thompson. Vergara now 0 for 4. Fred Fernandez comes to the plate, 0 for 2, and been hit by a pitch, as they will wait for Vergara to get back to the dugout. And I have the Howards, the Culpeppers, not sure which, that's Addison or Brock Culpepper family, and the Plumidors. If I didn't say the Jewels and the Sills already, I meant to, as count now goes 1 ball, 1 strike to Fred Fernandez. Jack Thompson comes from a little bit of the sidearm, not way down under, but sidearm, and that curveball missed somewhere. Again, that pitch has been called a strike plenty of times tonight. Ball hit over to the right side. Ty Boyd, and makes a nice sliding catch on, or a glove of the ball on the ground. Pops up and throws to Harrison Travis for out number 2. So ground out to short and a ground out to second to start the 8th inning by Jack Thompson. Drew Robertson came on through a scoreless inning. Will Newell, a scoreless inning. And Jack Thompson trying to match the 3 previous pitchers for the Rhythm. Sidearm breaking pitch to Drew Donaldson, gets in there for a called strike. Early start to the fireworks. Ball is tapped down the third base line. That's going to be a tough play. They'll just have to eat that one. A swinging bunt for Drew Donaldson. It's a runner on at first base with 2 outs. You couldn't have rolled that ball out there any better. So the 4th hit of the ball game for the Hoppers. I'm sorry, they got 5 hits. Where did I miss a hit? Oh, there we go. I found it. First pitch to Jacob Dupes is called strike and a foul ball. To the screen, gets the count to no balls, 2 strikes. Cade Granzow, 5 innings. That pitch just misses outside. 5 innings of shutout baseball, 3 hit shutout baseball. Drew Robertson, 1 inning pitched. That curveball misses outside as well. Drew had a walk and a hit batter and 3 strikeouts. There's a line drive out to right field. Henry Jackson makes the play for out number 3. A well hit ball by Jacob Dupes, but right at Henry the Eagle Jackson. That will retire the side here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 more to play. The Rhythm still lead 3-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
I've been nursing 36 years, and I love my job.
We believe in caring for everyone. And that's what makes our work a purpose.
What I love here at Ascension is the sense of community and being.
I look out for them, they look out for me, and we look out for our patients.
I have too many blessings to count. I think that's what happens when you find your calling.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Tim Reese back for the top of the 9th inning here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. The Rhythm will send top of the lineup to face Chase Harlan, who's on for his 3rd inning of work. So Levi Perel, Henry Jackson, Tyler Franks due up for the Rhythm. That's Catawba College, Carson Newman, and Kennesaw State. First pitch swinging Levi Perel. He pops that ball up to third base. Jacob Dupes will make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. And stepping to the plate, fresh off the Nicaragua mission field, Henry Jackson, who wants to say hello to Papa Rapa and Renzo in Mazante. And hopefully they're still watching the broadcast down there in Mazante, right along with Eric Alexander and the rest of the group. Down in Nicaragua, breaking pitch called strike, just apparently right at the knees. Let's get to the top of the 9th. So the 1 out, 1 strike. Another breaking pitch in there for a called strike 2. Henry Jackson 2 for 3 on the night, 2 singles and an RBI on a sacrifice fly. Faces an 0-2 count. Papa Rapa, is that right? And Renzo. Buddies of Henry the Eagle, and he fouls a really nice fastball. that was headed for that outside corner down to the right side. Oh, 2. Fastball right back up the middle, and Henry Jackson has his third base hit of the ball game. And that might have clipped Harlan in the legs as Jackson sent that one right back up the box and hustled down to first base. He is on with 1 out as Henry Jackson looking to score a run here in the ball game after getting on 3 times as that fastball misses high and outside. Been a lot of that to Tyler Franks today. Pitches that have missed by a large margin. Henry Jackson went 2 for 5 in yesterday's ball game with a double. Tyler Franks swings at that ball, pops it up down the third base line, but it looks like it will get out of play as Jacob Dupes jumps up onto the fence to try to make the grab, but it is far enough away that he could be Gumby and he couldn't have got that one. So Henry Jackson has now had multiple hits in the 3 starts that he's had. Came back on Monday, did not make the start, did get a plate appearance as a throw over to first drives Jackson back in there safely. Henry is a beast, said Brandon Kleiser, who was with him last week in Mazante. Foul ball straight back. All the equipment is just fine. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Henry Jackson in this first game back in a pinch hitting role was plunked in the wallet. He goes on this one. The pitch is thrown, is swung on and missed. The throw down to second base, not in time. So strike 3 and a runner moves up to second base. Tyler Franks' swing actually caused him to go in front of the catcher, but the pitch was outside enough that the catcher was not interfered with, as Mosley will swing and miss at a high fastball. So after striking out the side in the 8th, Harlan gets his 6th strikeout in this 3rd inning. Mosley looking to drive Jackson in. The 2 Henrys trying to team up for a run for the full count rhythm. Not sure if you can see those fireworks out there in center field or not. I would think you could. They go over the top of the trees. 2 outs. Pitch just missed. On deck, Jackson Cothran hoping to get up. Henry Mosley had a base hit that was a hard ground ball to Joshua Rodriguez at shortstop, just hopped over his glove and swinging a foul ball straight back into the mitt. Just barely nicked one of the 108 stitches on the baseball. Took a picture of a baseball that I actually counted the stitches on, sent it to my son and said, yes, there are 108 stitches. 2-2 pitch swung on, fouled off down the right field line. It will get out of play. Sure, those boys down in Nicaragua are getting tired, as Chase Harlan will do the same thing as David Ernst did earlier in the game. Look at the baseball and say, I don't want to throw that one ever again. I don't even want to see it in my peripheral, as he throws it to the dugout. Henry Mosley, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and he, as he's striding to that ball, almost got hit. And that brings us to a Tabor Dental full count. Dr. Jason Tabor smiles that rock in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and swinging strike 3 from Henry Mosley. And that retires the side. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Rhythm lead by 3. Let's see if we can preserve a 3-run lead for the first time in a few games and put the 16th win on the board for Full Count. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
This is home. So is this. And this. But home isn't just the stunning views or the rugged beauty. It's what you make of it. It's a place for joy and peace. A safe haven where memories are made. It's all of these things. Home is a feeling, and it's created by the people around you. This region is home, and we're so proud to be a part of it.
Bottom of the ninth, Jack Thompson back out on the mound for the Rhythm, trying to get a save for the Rhythm. Anthony Zarlingo is pinch hitting for Ronald Brown here to lead off the bottom of the ninth inning. Not sure if he's a switch hitter or just a left-hander, and he swings, fouls the ball down the left field line. No balls, 1 strike. Zarlingo's a switch hitter from Southwest Tennessee Community College, hometown Olive Branch, Mississippi. 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. Thompson just misses with that pitch. Zarlingo pinch hitting for Ronald Brown, who's 0 for 3 on the outside corner, called strike 2. See if Zarlingo widens the strike zone here after not really seeing pitches all. Ooh, as Jackson Cothran was up just a little bit. If he'd have stayed down in that crouch instead of coming up, he might have got that call. But now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on, fouled off.
All right, please return all foul balls to the merchandise table in exchange for 100 Bearded Giles Hopper Logo Baseball.
Anthony Zarlingo playing in 20th game of the year. Not sure if he's gotten a lot of starts, and he's fouled off a couple pitches here from Jack Thompson. Got 53 official plate appearances, only 9 hits on the season, 2 doubles, 10 RBIs with those 9 hits. Has struck out 19 times. 2-2 pitch, curveball on the outside corner. Great pitch by Jack Thompson, who gets the first out via a strikeout looking. That is his first strikeout of the ball game. Gave up a swinging bunt in the 8th inning to Drew Donaldson, but retired the other 3 batters. And now Connor Cornwell, who came in as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 7th, looks at a breaking pitch, called strike. He pinch hit for Anthony Smith, the catcher, who was 0 for 2. I'm not sure if Smith was injured or not. And another breaking pitch, swung on, fouled off to the right side. Thompson quickly ahead, no balls, 2 strikes to Connor Cornwell, who grounded out to Hudson Mims in the 7th inning. On deck, Sean Sullivan. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. Just trickled through the 5-hole of Jackson Cothran. So a good thing that Cornwell did not swing at that. Cawthorn didn't really know where it was at first. Breaking pitch, a fastball just below the knees apparently. Count gets even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-0, the Rhythm lead, trying to preserve. And there's a swing and a miss on a fastball that rides in on the shins of Cornwell. So 2 strikeouts. And the Hoppers down to their last out. Sean Sullivan, the center fielder, who hit a triple over the head of Henry Mosley to dead center field in the 7th inning with 1 out, but was stranded there as Will Newell struck out Tachioka and got Rodriguez to ground out. Sullivan started to go but held up. But breaking pitch called. Strike 1, swing and a miss. Hoppers down to their last strike. Rhythm trying to go to 16-8. Put some pressure on the Franklin Duelers, who are in first place in the South Division. The 0-2 pitch, just low and outside. I agree, Tom Plumidor. There are 2 great sidearmers, Jack Thompson and Carson Plumidor. Fouled off. Oh, Ren Tachioka on deck, turned from that, and the ball actually hit off of his bat out to the third base coach. Tachioka's on deck as Sullivan is a number 9 hole hitter. Breaking pitch in there for called strike 3. Jackson Cawthorn turns around to shake the umpire's hand, who is busy ringing up Sean Sullivan on strike 3, and that is the ball game as the Rhythm hold on to the 3-0 lead. Jack Thompson gets the save, and Cade Granzow will get his first win as a full count Rhythm player. David Ernst will take the loss. Jack Thompson gets his. Let's see. What did I say? I think he already has 1 save, right? Jack Thompson does not. That's his first save of the year as the Rhythm take this one 3-0. 3 runs on 7 hits. They commit 1 error. Hoptown, no runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. I believe that is the 5th shutout of the year for full count this year. I believe they had 6 shutouts in 2021. So the number 1 team for pitching ERA gets it done again here tonight as the Rhythm come to Hoptown on a business trip and take this one 3-0. Go to 16-8. The Hoppers will fall to 10-14 on the year. The Rhythm will be back on the road tomorrow to Bowling Green to play the Franklin Duelers, the first place Franklin Duelers. So if you have an opportunity, come on out. I might have an intern there with me. My wife has said she might be coming along to run the scoreboard for me. See how well she can do on that. I'm sure she can do way better than I do. Lord Gettelfinger says, way to go. Host home family and mother of the queen of the full count Rhythm, Brooke Carmen. And thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure, and thanks once again to Mark Salmons here at Hoptown, who was able to provide me with the password to the local Wi-Fi that they have here that was very strong, and otherwise we would not have had a broadcast. So it makes me feel good on our following trips coming here to Hoptown. Let me see how many more times we have to come here. We will come here 2 more times. We have 4 more games, 2 at home. 1 is the First Responders Night on July 5th. And then a week later, they'll be back at full count. But in between that, we'll be playing them a lot. So the Hoppers and the Rhythm will get together quite a bit, as this is the 3rd time. We'll play them 7. So in a game that lasted, what is that, about 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 34 minutes to be exact. In a game that started at 95 degrees. Let's see what we got. Game time, current temperature. Finishes at 83 and it feels like of 87. So cooled off a good bit. But this is Tim Reese saying, remember Revelation 4:11, you are worthy, our Lord and God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and by your will they were created and have their being. It's all his, folks. We're just here at his pleasure. So make sure to praise him and honor him in all that you say and do. We love you. Thank you for being a Rhythm supporter. And we will talk to you again tomorrow night. So for Josh Carmen, this is Tim Reese saying so long for another Full Count Rhythm win. Good night, everybody.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm baseball game presented by Full Count Ministry and Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. See you next time on the Full Count Broadcast Network.